Hello everyone. Imagine you're at a coffee shop with a friend who runs a small business. They're excited about their latest sales figures, but aren't sure if their business is truly thriving. They ask you, how can I tell if my business is doing well beyond just looking at sales? Today, we'll learn all about the world of financial analysis with a focus on key ratios and metrics. By the end of this lecture, you will be able to understand the importance of financial ratios in assessing business health, identify and calculate key financial ratios. Apply these ratios to real-world business scenarios. Let's start with financial ratios. Financial ratios are like the vital signs of a business. Just as doctors use vital signs to assess a patient's health, we use financial ratios to gauge the health of a business. These ratios provide insights into various aspects of the business, such as profitability, efficiency, liquidity, and solvency. Profitability ratios. Gross profit margin. This ratio shows the percentage of revenue that exceeds the cost of goods sold. COGS. It tells us how well a company is managing its production cost. Now let's take a look at the formula of gross profit margin. So it's revenue minus cost divided by revenue. If a company has a revenue of $100,000 and cost of goods sold is $60,000, then what is going to be the gross profit margin? Let's calculate. Our gross profit comes at 40%. Think of gross profit margin as the amount of money left after making a product, akin to how much of the cake is left after sharing slices with friends. Net profit margin. This ratio indicates how much of each dollar of revenue is profit after all expenses are deducted. Now let's take a look at the formula. So it's net profit margin equals to net income divided by revenue. If the net income is suppose $20,000, and the revenue is $100,000. So, what is going to be the net profit margin? Let's calculate. So 20% is going to be our net profit margin. Net profit margin is like the amount of money you have left after paying all your monthly bills. It's actually profit you get to keep. Next, let's move on to liquidity ratios. First, we have the current ratio. This ratio measures a company's ability to pay short-term obligations with its current assets. The formula is current ratio equals to current assets divided by current liabilities. If a company has current assets of $50,000 and current liabilities of $25,000, let's calculate current ratio. This is our current ratio. A small manufacturing firm avoided a cash crunch by maintaining a healthy current ratio, ensuring they could pay suppliers on time and avoid production delays. Now let's take a look at quick ratio, also known as the asset test ratio. It measures the ability to meet short-term obligations with the most liquid assets. Now let's take a look at the formula. So it's quick ratio equals current assets minus inventory divided by liabilities. If we have assets of $50,000, inventory of $10,000, and current liabilities of $25,000. Let's calculate the quick ratio. $1.6. Now this is our quick ratio. The quick ratio is like having money readily available in your checking account versus assets that take time to convert to cash, like a car. Let's discuss efficiency ratios. Inventory turnover ratio. This ratio shows how many times a company's inventory is sold and replaced over a period. The formula is inventory turnover ratio equals cost of goods sold divided by average inventory. The COGS is $60,000 and average inventory is let's say $15,000. Then our inventory turnover ratio is going to be this will be our inventory turnover ratio. This ratio is like how often you empty and refill your pantry. A higher ratio means you're efficiently managing stock, reducing waste and storage cost. Accounts receivable turnover ratio. This ratio measures how efficiently a company collects its receivables. The formula is accounts receivable turnover ratio equals net credit sales divided by average accounts receivable. Let's say our credit sales are $100,000 and our accounts receivable is $20,000. Then let's calculate the ratio. A consulting firm improved its accounts receivable turnover by tightening credit terms and following up promptly on overdue invoices, enhancing its cash flow. Solvency ratios. Debt to equity ratio. This ratio indicates the proportion of equity and debt a company is using to finance its assets. Now let's take a look at the formula. So its debt to equity ratio equals total liabilities divided by shareholders' equity. If the total liabilities are say $30,000 and shareholders' equity is let's say $60,000, then let's calculate our ratio. So the ratio comes to 0.5. This ratio is like comparing the amount of money you owe on loans to your personal savings. A lower ratio suggests less financial risk. Interest coverage ratio. This ratio shows how easily a company can pay interest on its outstanding debt. So the formula is interest coverage ratio equals EBT, which stands for earning before interest and taxes, divided by interest expense. If EBT is let's say $40,000 and interest expense is $10,000, then interest coverage ratio comes at 4% or 4 times. Think of this ratio as how many times your income can cover your rent. A higher ratio indicates you can easily meet interest obligations. Let's return to our coffee shop scenario. Your friend has a gross profit margin of 60%, a current ratio of 1.5, and a debt to equity ratio of 0.7. These ratios suggest that their business is profitable, has a reasonable liquidity buffer, and a healthy balance between debt and equity. However, if their inventory turnover ratio is low, it might indicate slow moving stock, which can be an area of improvement. Understand Understanding and applying financial ratios is important for making informed business decisions. These ratios provide a comprehensive view of a company's financial health, helping you to identify strengths and areas for improvement. As markets change, continuously monitoring these ratios will enable you to adapt and maintain a competitive edge. Analyze the financial statements of a company of your choice. Calculate at least 3 key financial ratios and interpret their implication for the company's financial health.